Hello and welcome back to the spaniel drawing. So today I hope to get it all finished in this video. So obviously I come back with it with fresh eyes today, so I'm going to do a bit of tidying up around the top here. Must remember to fill in the side here, and then obviously his paw, and perhaps a bit more shading down the bottom. So it's going to be a good hour at least, I'd say a couple of hours, so I might get it all in this video, I don't know, but we'll see how we get on. Obviously we can't rush these things, so as I say, I'm going to start with this top bit first, and I'm probably going to use this pencil actually along with 2 or 3 others. So let's get started. Got my kitchen paper and let's get going. Okay, right, so I'm hoping the lighting's okay. It's raining cats and dogs outside, so and I am still trying to work out the best place to put my light in. I have got another one, but I find that it makes everything too white, so you know, do bear with, I'm trying to work it out, but yeah, as long as you can see what I'm doing, and it's okay, but right, so I'm going in with the beige red first, and so I'm just going to do a bit of tinkering. I might actually use a sepia 10 as well. Let's go for the sepia 10 because that's really good for shading. So let's work on the top a bit. I'm using very light pressure. It feels a bit strange actually because I've been working on paper the last week or so, rising memory board, I can't remember the correct name, but obviously it's quite different from film, so and it's nice to vary the surfaces that you work on anyway, so I'm trying to make that nice and soft up the top. And we'll have to put a bit of detail in the middle here just to give it a bit more depth. Okay, so that's improved it already. I've got the rubber here. I'm just going to soften off the edges if I can. You probably won't see the difference on the camera, but it's just softening off any harsh lines because we don't want sharp lines at the edge. We want to keep it all soft. Keep it natural looking. Okay, and I think I'm going to leave that for that now. I think that's okay. So let's do the middle part here. Now it does look very white on the reference photo, but white fur is very rarely white, so we need to add a bit of colour in there. So I've got the sepia 10 and I'm just gently putting some colour in. And it just improves it. Okay, and I'm still using light pressure, it doesn't need a lot. Okay, that's helped a lot. See, I know when I first started drawing fur, when it was a white dog or cat, whatever I was drawing, I used to think it was just white, but with practice and time, if you really look, it's not pure white fur. And this is when realism comes into your art, when you look further into the fur colours, and you tend to see more colours, and that's how you start bringing realism into your art. Okay, I think that will be okay for now. Let's see if it will make a difference adding a bit here. Not really, I think it's okay for now. I'm just going to go over, I think I used Caput Mortuum Violet. Yeah, so I'm going to just, as I say, tidy up some areas. Do a bit this side. So I'm literally just tidying up a few areas before I move on to the, I don't know if I need to do any more to the ear. I might do a bit more to that, and then I can start the paw. Just move my reference photo up a bit more. Okay. This is when an hour turns into 2 hours, when you start doing a bit of tinkering and then you realise you've been doing it for an hour. Gosh, it's absolutely chucking it down with rain outside. Just going to take out a little bit there. Okay, I'm going to not try and I'm not going to tinker too much more, so let's move on to the ear and the paw. So let's move my image up. Okay, let's see where we're at here. I'm going to put a bit more colour down here, so I'm going to use the, let's have a look, burnt ochre 10%, I think, just to put a bit more colour in. I'm thinking actually a warm grey, let's try 3, I've got warm grey 3 here. I'm actually thinking as well the caput mortuum, I can find that. Yes, I've got the caput mortuum here. Okay, I'm going to take those lines out underneath as well because they're distracting. it can be a bit distracting when the line's underneath. You can't see the true colour of the pencils. Right, okay. So I'm going to do this bit here. Right, so I've got the burnt ochre 10 again, and I'm just going to start doing the side of his, the bit of his cheek here that we've missed out. Okay, go with the burnt ochre. Okay, burnt sienna. I'm just going to run over that again with the burnt ochre. Okay, I'm going to get the sepia 10, just for the edge of the white fur bit here, just to add a bit of shading. Okay, lovely. Okay, so I've got the mono rubber. Just going to do some fur highlights now. And it's got the beige red here. Okay, let's move on to this area here. I'm going to go in with the warm grey 3. And that's the whiskers. I'm trying to work out what that was there for, but that's just the whiskers. So we've got white fur coming down here. We do the whiskers at the end. Now I've got the warm grey 5. I'll start to darken this area up. Okay, now I think I'm going to use the cold grey 3 for this lighter area. Let's smooth that over with sepia 10. It still needs to go quite a lot darker. Actually, now I've got this darker area in down here, I can see it needs to be darkened up through here as well. Okay, so I'm going to get, I was going to go with black, but I think I'm going to try sepia first, if I can find it. Dark sepia, yeah, here it is. Right, so there's quite a bit that needs darkening now. My little dog's snoring now. I think I'm going to get the walnut brown and go further up the ear, if I can find it. I've got walnut brown, so I'm just darkening up now. Taking it into the side of his nose there as well. I'm going to go with the caput mortuum actually, just for the side of the fur here. I can always put some more highlights in if I want to. Trying to look for the burnt ochre. I don't know how these pencils go missing. They're right down here in front of me. Right, here it is. I just want to soften this up. So I've got the burnt ochre 10. The trouble with pencils, they will roll, so they sort of roll over to the other side of the table without you knowing. They're very sneaky. Okay, I'm going to get the black out now, I think. And this is probably another area that I'll work on the back to darken it up. There is actually, I have got one somewhere, a pencil, Derwent drawing pencils. They're very thick. The black one is amazing for this sort of thing. but I can't actually find my one. It's not a big deal, I can just work on the reverse side of the film, but that's another good pencil to, it's another good black pencil to use. So that's the Derwent Drawing. I think they're slightly bigger than the Luminance pencils actually, the barrel anyway, but they are a good pencil. Okay, well that's darkening up now, so that's working. So there's me saying it'd be about an hour, 2 hours. We haven't even started the pour yet, so it's definitely going to be longer than an hour, but that's fine. I'm going to go back to the sepia 10. There you are. I'm just going to blend that and take some of the black in so it's all blended in. We'll be using a lot of this sepia 10 on the pour actually, looking at the photo. Okay, now that's blended quite nice. So now we need to get some highlight fur lines, so I'm going to get the mono rubber back. Okay, so we've got curling round there, and then I'm not taking all the pencil out, I'm just lifting a layer or two with the rubber. But if I do take too many out, it's not a problem, I can just put it back in again. Okay, I'm going to get the warm grey one. I'm just going to slightly go over those lines so they're not, that's not really working. Okay, let's go back to the warm grey 3. I'm just blending those lines in a bit more so they're not too bright. That's not working either. Back to the dark sepia. That's better. I had a white line there that just didn't look right, so I've blended it in a bit more, that's it. Okay, and while I've got the dark sepia, I can just add a bit more depth there. think that'll be okay for that. So I'm just thinking of doing the bottom bit and then we'll move over to the paw. Let's move my photo down a bit on my computer. So let's have a look. Thinking of the walnut brown. Let's give that a go. Just so we ground them a bit more. Unless of course you're doing a background, but in this case we're not, so we just do a little bit of shading around him. I think he's sitting on some sort of blanket, so okay, let's get the sepia 10 again. Now I'm not going for a perfect line because I don't want to have a perfect line. I want it to look natural. I'm going to darken it up a bit under his nose, so I'm going to get the black, I think. Let's go with the stark sepia actually. There it is. Okay, I'm going to get the cold grey free actually, just to blend the bottom part of his nose a bit more. Fur. Okay, and then for the odd bits of hair lines we could use the slice tool around here. We've got enough pencil down now. Let's give that a go. The slice tool. Just do a few random fur bits hanging over. Don't know if that's picking up. Okay, I'll leave it like that for now. Okay, let's move on to this paw. Okay, moving on to this paw. I've got the burnt ochre 10. It's a bit of a mishmash down here, so it's a bit of a make it up kind of thing. So wherever there's lighter areas, I'm going to put in. But yeah, you can't really see a lot under here. He's got a claw here, I think. Got a bit of pad there as well, I think. Okay, let's concentrate on the fur up the top. I'm going to start with a warm grey 1, so I'm just going to fill the whole area. So for my next drawing, I was thinking of doing a miniature one, but a full animal, so it would be a lot quicker than, say, like this dog has been. I've got a lot of lovely cat reference photos on the computer, so I thought maybe a full cat drawing. And as I say, it'd be a lot quicker to do than a full, you know, portrait size dog. I'll have a look into that, but yeah, I'm thinking along the lines of doing something like that for next time. Right, so he's got a bit coming over his paw there. And he's got some fur sticking up there, so we've got a lot of shading to do on this paw. Okay, well, I'm going to start darkening up these areas. I've got the caput mortuum here. So I'm not going to worry about any details or anything at the moment. I'm just getting the colours in, and we can worry about the details at the end to make it look a bit more, I say, like a paw, but yeah, that's obvious. Okay, and then I'm going to use that for this side pad as well, darken that up. Okay, walnut brown. I'm going to get sepia 10. I'm just going to smudge all that in. I'm going to go over the pink areas as well. Okay, I'm going to come back to the this area in a bit. So let's concentrate on getting some details in the fur. So I've still got the sepia 10. So I'm going to start putting some shading in. Still trying to work out if that is actually a claw there. I might put that in at the end so he's got at least one claw showing. Okay, I'm going to get the burnt ochre 10 back. Okay, let's get the caput mortuum. It's looking a bit of a mess at the moment, but it will make sense at the end. Bit more down the side here. Let's get dark sepia. I've still got the dark sepia. I'm just adding a bit of dark before I get the rubber out. Okay, let's get this rubber. Get me clean. Okay, right, let's start adding some details. So I'm not going to copy the photo line by line, but I'm just going to add these details in. Again, I'm not taking all the pigment out, I'm just taking a couple of layers. we've got a bit of a tangled bit of fur going on here, so I'm just going to go in different directions. It's not tangled, but it's just going in different directions. So I'm going to add a claw actually, I think. Let's get the sepia 10 back. I've got another one of these actually a bit longer. That's it. I've got 2 sepia 10s out. This one's a bit better. So let's add a bit more shading. Right, let's get the warm grey free. Just thinking maybe a cold grey too. I've got cold grey 2 here. Right, let's get the black. Just going to darken up down the bottom. Let's go for another warm grey. I've got the warm grey 4. Let's see if I can try and find the 5. I've got the 4 here, but I don't think it's going to be. It's not too bad actually. So I've got the warm grey 4 here. So I'm just blending everything together and making it all dark enough. As I say, there's not a lot of detail in this pour, so we're kind of making it up. So we're just getting colour in more than anything. Okay, I've got the cocoa now in the Pablo. I have used this before on here. It's a bit sharper than I'd like, but we'll work with it. So I'm just still adding shading where it's needed. So it comes round and then over his paw here. I'm not following every fur line, as you can probably tell. I think you'd go mad if you was to do it exactly like the photo. Do a bit on the bottom here. Okay, let's get that sepia 10. There you are. I'm just going to do a bit of blending, get the rubber out. And then we'll probably start doing a bit of work on the reverse side, and we're pretty much there. Let's get the warm grey 2 for that little claw there. That's a bit blunt, but that'll be fine, just to give it a bit of colour. Okay. Okay, let's get this mono rubber out now. Let's get some highlights in. Right, let's do the top of his paw here. So we've got some hair sticking up. bit over here. And we've got those whiskers as well, actually, we mustn't forget them. Just put a few more highlights in the ear as well. Okay, good. Right, I'm going to move my photo so I can see the whole of him. And we've got some whiskers to put in. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Let's do a bit more there, that's it. Right, let's get the slice tool. Right, so we've got a long whisker coming here. Clean. A few little ones off the nose as well. Okay, I've got the warm grey too. I just want to do a bit more down here before I turn the film over. Okay, give that a bit of a clean. I think what we do now is turn the film over. Okay, so I've just turned the film over. So let's just darken up some areas. So I'm going to go with the black. So any areas that need darkening, just put a bit of black in. Try not to go over these whisker lines as well. I suppose in hindsight it would have been better to do the whiskers after this, but no, actually it wouldn't have been, to be honest, because you wouldn't have seen where the whiskers were. So I probably did do it the right way around. So yeah, just avoid the whiskers. And then down the side of his cheeks. Okay, let's do a bit round the eyes as well. Well, I was right, we were going to get this done today. I don't know how long it's been. It's probably been more like a couple of hours than one, sorry. Let's darken this nose as well. So I thought it'd be good to do something on a smaller scale next time, something that doesn't take quite so long. Okay, I think we're pretty much there then. Do a bit down the bottom of the nose. Okay, I think turn it over now and see how it looks. Okay, Okay, so I've put him back on the front. I've just got the sepia 10. I'm just going to go over the little claw here just to give it a bit more colour. Probably not done much really. Let's try the cocoa. That's better. Okay, and I think that is pretty much him done.